In 2017, the Lakers started a new era in Lakers basketball when they drafted the UCLA product Lonzo Ball, with dreams of the playoffs. But so far in the regular season, the Lakers have started with a 3-5 record, and there's still many things that the Lakers can work on to improve their play. So in this video, we examine the 5 things the Lakers can improve on as a team coming into the All-Star break. While much of Lonzo Ball's games early in the season has been much of a learning experience as he is just trying to adjust his game to the NBA, he has shown some of the same flashes of talent he has displayed at UCLA during the regular season. But there are still some improvements that Lonzo can do to his game to make the Lakers more successful. While many would look at Lonzo Ball's stat line of 9 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists early in the season and see it as a fairly good rookie campaign, if you take a deep dive into his shooting percentages, you will see he is shooting fairly poorly to start his NBA career, at 32% from the field and 27% from 3. Most of this can be contributed to the type of shots Lonzo is forced into taking during games. A deep dive into his numbers, you can see that he is taking a high volume of 3-point attempts and not finishing great at the rim. A simple remedy for this is getting himself going early in games by attacking the paint and getting to the free throw line more often, for which he has only attempted 9 free throws so far this season, making 5 or 55% from the free throw line. Lonzo wasn't a great free throw shooter in college either, shooting only 67% from the free throw line in college. But drawing these fouls will be important in getting himself into a rhythm of the game, especially when he isn't hitting shots. Turnovers is another thing that Lonzo struggles with, but isn't overly concerning as the rest of his game, because turnovers are a part of the game, especially as a rookie. Lonzo loves taking risks with touchdown passes to his teammates, but avoiding silly turnovers on this type of play will be important in the tight contest the Lakers will have coming ahead. Probably Lonzo's biggest weakness is his defense. While Lonzo has improved greatly on the defensive end since the first game of the season, he has still had mental lapses at times, boxing out his opponent or letting them blow past him off a pick and roll action. Patrick Beverley, Donovan Mitchell, Damian Lillard, John Wall all had this type of success on Lonzo on the offensive end. He will need to clean this up as he will have tougher point guard matchups in the future. Speaking of defense, the Lakers begin to flex their size and versatility with its defense by their ability to switch their forwards and guards in half-court defenses, and this represented throughout 7 games as the Lakers ranked 6th in defensive efficiency rating, according to NBA.com, holding opponents to 100 points per game. A large factor of that defense is the emergence of the Lakers' most underrated big, Larry Nance Jr., who ranked 14th currently as the Lakers' highest defensive efficient player. But it hasn't been all Nance. The other bigs have been contributing as well on the defensive end, with Julius Randle, KCP, and Brook Lopez ranking in the top 40 in defensive efficiency as individual players. The Lakers have done a great job so far at avoiding fouling and contesting shots at the rim, and this strong defense has carried the team in close games. The most important part of this is maintaining this level of defensive intensity and effort for the rest of the season, as it will be increasingly important as the season moves on. Inserting Larry Nance Jr. into the starting position was a big step for the Lakers, as Randle owned that role last season. But in the beginning of the season, Larry Nance Jr. began to show why he may be the most underrated player on the Lakers. With 4 double-doubles in 7 games, most on the team, Nance is making teams pay for not boxing him out on the offensive and defensive glass, and making the most of that leaping ability by shooting 60% from the field. With that percentage, we want Larry Nance Jr. to take more shots, taking advantage of more open shot opportunities in the half court. Many times defenders would sag, waiting for Nance to pass, make them regret sagging off, as well as continued effort on the offensive and defensive glass. When he gets healthy, this will be very important as the season goes along. The new acquisition Brook Lopez has had an up and down couple of first games with his new team, but we did see flashes of that all-around offensive game in Game 1 versus the Clippers, where he scored 20 points, and versus the Suns where he scored 19. Since then, he has averaged less than 10 points in 4 of the last 5 games, while shooting 38% from the field and 26% from 3. Lopez can be a real threat with his height at the rim and has shown that with his tremendous efforts so far on contests as well as in help defense. He has been key in the Lakers' success. Getting Lopez involved early and often will only help the Lakers' offensive woes. But if he's not going, Walton will use different lineups at the end of games with his bench unit. The most interesting part of the Lakers this season is the Lakers' versatility from their bench unit this season. Coach Walton started with Julius Randle coming off the bench with fairly mixed results so far this season. Randle's individual numbers have dipped a little from last season to 11 points and 5 rebounds so far this season. He's shooting a career high of 63% from the field on less minutes played and has shown more defensive effort coming off the bench, and it showed in the Lakers' win over the Wizards. Playing smart and staying out of foul trouble, and sometimes at the center position. Randle showed he can bully down low and take advantage of his matchup. It would be interesting to see how Randle plays the rest of the season. Even though Nance and Lopez are in the starting lineup, they are not necessarily in at the end of the games. Coach Walton likes to bring in Kuzma and Randle. In the preseason, we got to see a glimpse of the Lakers' versatility at the power forward position. And in the regular season, the Lakers showed that they had a three-headed monster at the forward spot, with Larry Nance Jr., Randle, and Kuzma all three averaging over 10 points per game and shooting over 50% from the field. With Nance Jr. breaking his hand and out at least 2 weeks, it will open up even more opportunities for the Lakers bench unit to shine. But let's not forget about the Lakers' best and most consistent bench asset in Jordan Clarkson. Following accepting more of a bench role this season, Clarkson has put up a season high of points of 24 this season, shooting 48% from the field and 38% from 3. With only 1 game in single digits in points, his consistency in ball handling and playmaking ability off the bench works hand in hand and why Randle, Kuzma, and Hart and the rest of the bench players are so successful. Staying consistent and picking up any scoring effort the Lakers need will be Clarkson's priority going forward. The Lakers this season have seen some failures, such as in the first game of the season, and some success at home against the Wizards and Pistons. The question is, what do the Lakers need to do in the future to continue their success? How the Lakers approach the next couple of games will be interesting, especially with the injury to Larry Nance Jr., who is expected to miss at least a week with a broken hand. Replacing his production will be difficult, but as mentioned earlier, the Lakers have a three-headed monster at the forward spot, as Kuzma and Randle will be in line for more minutes. But even with their productivity, the Lakers may still miss Lance's defensive presence. That's where the Lakers' G League team, the South Bay Lakers, may come in handy, as they have 2 players ready to make an impact as soon as possible in G League MVP Vanderbilt and rookie Thomas Bryant, who can be beneficial to the Lakers on both the offensive and defensive end of the court. They may get the call up sooner rather than later to fill in the Lakers' roster spots during injuries. Then we shall see how they do in regular season games. The Lakers' schedule begins to get tougher starting November 5th with a matchup against the Grizzlies at home, then in Boston to face the Celtics, then a rematch against the Wizards in DC, followed by a date with MVP candidate Giannis and the Bucks on November 11th. Last year, the Lakers started 10-10 before racking up losing streaks during the month of December. Avoiding these same type of pitfalls early in the season will determine the Lakers' success later in the season. But what do you think, Laker fans? What can the Lakers do to improve the rest of the season? Leave it in the comment section below, but until then, it's been your boy, Johnny Walker LA, and I'm out. Bow!